The New York Yankees are being forced into an impossible decision with free agency after some major news surrounding a massive free agent target by the Yankees. But on top of that, also everything surrounding Cody Bellinger and his decision to opt out of his contract with the Yankees, as the Yankees also have an up-and-coming star waiting to get an outfield role. There's a lot of questions for the Yankees to go over regarding the outfield going into next season, especially considering that Aaron Judge is currently dealing with an elbow injury, that there is a real possibility we will never see Aaron Judge play the field again, or at least play out in the outfield again in his career because of this elbow injury. We have a lot to go over under this situation because in part due to Aaron Judge, but also due to the fact that we know Trent Grisham is leaving and Cody Bellinger has the opportunity to leave, things could look a lot different in that Yankee outfield by next season. Some of it good, some of it we're going to have a question about, but we're going to go over all of it right now, jumping right into things. But guys, real quick, if you're part of that 73% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, it is officially the offseason and we have so much Yankees news coming out. We're going to have multiple videos a day. I mean, 2 to 3 videos coming out every single day for myself and Alex regarding the Yankees, and you don't want to miss out on any of it. So let's jump right into the video, talk about everything New York Yankees starting right now, because look, Brian Cashman, he's got a lot of questions to answer in free agency because frankly, this Yankees team was flawed. They didn't have a contact hitter, something they need to go and target after. Stay tuned for a video coming on that very soon. But on top of that, there's also the fact that when we look at this Yankee team, there was just issues. Like, it just wasn't a complete ball club. There's a reason why they didn't make the World Series. They weren't good enough. They weren't complete. They were just trying to base it off power, and nobody but Aaron Judge was able to hit in the playoffs, which ultimately sank the Yankees pretty quickly now. So, when considering things, when considering everything about the Yankees, one of the guys who was their leadoff hitter at one point this year ended up being benched the entire time for the playoffs, except for one at-bat, and that's Jasson Dominguez. Dominguez is widely expected to play next year in the outfield for the Yankees, and the expectation is that he'd replace Trent Grisham in center field. We're still going to pretend, or not pretend, but we're still going to expect that is exactly what happens with Dominguez going forwards in center field. But on top of that, there is a lot to consider elsewhere, especially like just with this Cody Bellinger situation. I mean, let's be real. There's a world where Cody Bellinger doesn't re-sign with the Yankees, where he gets more money elsewhere. For instance, the New York Mets, a team that has long held interest in Cody Bellinger, on top of a team like the Philadelphia Phillies, who also is expected to have interest, and fans are already chattering about, well, the Dodgers see that he's good again. They're probably just going to go get him back. So there's obviously been a ton of talk surrounding Cody Bellinger and what exactly happens with his future, and it's not guaranteed that he's going to stick around in New York. And with that happening, there was also reports surrounding what the Yankees could do if they decide against Cody Bellinger, and that is none other than the man who I've now realized looks disturbingly like baby no money, Kyle Tucker. The man is a star. He is more than a star for the most part. He had a bit of a down year with the Chicago Cubs, which will affect his pay a little bit. But Kyle Tucker has been nothing short of one of the best players in the MLB over the last couple of years. And as we all talked about a bunch last offseason, he's the pivot. He's who you go to after losing Juan Soto. You go get an elite fielder out there who any given year can hit just as well, if not better than Juan Soto. This year, he didn't hit better than Juan Soto, but there has been discussions about Kyle Tucker and the New York Yankees. As Newsweek mentioned, envision it now, Yankee fans, an outfield with Tucker in left field, Cody Bellinger in center, and Aaron Judge in right. That's quite likely a possibility, especially with New York more than likely losing Trent Grisham to free agency. It'll be pricey to bring in Tucker as well as re-sign Bellinger, but then again, we're talking about the Yankees. They have plenty of money available to do so. Now, the thing is, obviously, we don't know if Judge is going to be out and right, and Dominguez will be somewhere there, so that's the one caveat that we have to think about. And also, Andy Martino, Yankees insider, did mention Cody Bellinger's speedy, rangy, power-hitting plus defender at 4 positions. It makes no sense to sacrifice that for the pursuit of free agent Kyle Tucker. Like, come on, people. There is no comparison to the versatility. Despite Tucker's somewhat better OPS, we don't yet know Bellinger's contract demands. And, of course, there is a point to which any deal is too much, but losing Bellinger is the only roster move that would leave the Yankees significantly worse heading into next season. This is assuming health for Aaron Judge, and that's the thing. There's a world where Judge isn't healthy. Will the Yankees sign both Kyle Tucker and Cody Bellinger? Most likely not. Will they prioritize Cody Bellinger? Most likely. Does that mean that they are not going to do their due diligence and likely meet with Kyle Tucker more than once in free agency? No, they're going to meet with Kyle Tucker. At some point, they're going to talk to him. They're going to want to know exactly what Kyle Tucker is going to be offering, because one, that affects how much Cody Bellinger is going to be asking for / getting paid. Bellinger's not going to get the contract that Tucker is. Nobody's expecting him to. He's Kyle Tucker. But Tucker, at the same time, didn't have that much worse or better of a year than Cody Bellinger. Tucker batted with a 266 batting average, only had 22 home runs, which is way down than usual. On top of that, only had an 841 OPS compared to what's usually a bit higher, and an OPS plus of 143. Believe me, like usual, Kyle Tucker, all-star season, absolutely excellent year, but not as good as usual. He's also an excellent fielder out there, but so is Cody Bellinger. Now, we look at all these guys out there who are going to get some actual money playing the outfield in free agency. Now, understandable that Kyle Schwarber is going to get paid a lot, and he's listed as an outfielder. Kyle Schwarber's a DH. Just wanted to throw that out there. But Luis Robert Jr. is someone. Jarren Duran's going to stick around with the Red Sox on that club option. Josh Naylor is an option, though he's more going to be a first baseman. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Trent Grisham, Ryan O'Hearn. These guys are going to be getting some money. It doesn't mean they're going to be getting a ton of money. Harrison Bader, potential option there as well. Then, on top of that, a guy like a Cedric Mullins, who will definitely get a contract. But when we look at everything surrounding the Yankees and starting what they want to do, the number one thing that everyone's surrounding is pay Cody Bellinger. So instead of spending that Kyle Tucker money where Hal Steinbrenner's going to throw a fit about it, instead, go out there and make a move for someone else in the process. Go get high-leverage bullpen guys. Go find the top arms in the bullpen going into this season and go out there and make a move for them, because the Yankees need more help in that bullpen. That is the number one thing they should be focusing on going in to this pitching on the free agency. I don't want to say entirely with free agency, because they do still have Camilo Doval and David Bednar. They have their closer in Bednar. Doval did look a lot better as time went on, and hopefully he can find his way back. But on top of that, the Yankees do need to add some more relief pitching. But first things first, you figure out that Cody Bellinger situation. You figure out your shortstop situation. Those are the top two things, because Bellinger, whatever happens, holds a lot of impact. And again, as great as Kyle Tucker is, it's not like Cody Bellinger is much worse. Cody Bellinger had a 272 batting average, which is better than Tucker's. His OPS isn't as good at an 813, but he's an excellent base runner, excellent fielder, hit more home runs. Again, Yankee Stadium. I imagine Kyle Tucker would have hit more than 29 home runs if he played in Yankee Stadium, because out in Wrigley, it's tough to hit home runs, so we have to be aware of that. Cody Bellinger struggled to hit home runs out in Wrigley as well before he came to Yankee Stadium. And again, like I said, had his best year since his MVP year, which I predicted before this year started, so I know ball. But in all seriousness, when it comes down to it, the Yankees will likely prioritize Cody Bellinger over Tucker because of the money. But also we look at the stats of Spencer Jones, someone who's been waiting to get his chance out with the Yankees. Jones had a 933 OPS last season in the minor leagues, while also batting 274, hitting 35 home runs. Yeah, he strikes out a lot, but welcome to power hitting. The man also runs the bases really, really well, had 29 stolen bases, would likely be in right field while Bellinger's in left and Jasson Dominguez is in center. That's what we would expect out of this Yankees outfield if Aaron Judge is not going to be healthy, if his elbow's not going to work, and if he's going to have to transition to first base, which again, I've said before, I'm going to say it again, I fully expect Aaron Judge to never play in the outfield again. I think his elbow is a lot more hurt than meets the eye. I do think he needs Tommy John surgery. I just think that he's not going to do it, or if he does, he's just not going to he's not going to go back to the outfield so he can return sooner and play at first base. That's what I expect. So we have to be very well aware of this fact that, as I almost drop my ring light all over the place and need to make sure it balances mid-video right now. That's the content you want. But just going over the fact that Jasson Dominguez is also here is another part of things. Dominguez was a very nice rookie for the Yankees. Hit at a 257 batting average with 10 home runs in his 381 at-bats, had an OPS of 719, which is below average, but his OPS plus was slightly above average. And I do expect Jasson Dominguez to have a big second year playing in actual, everyday, at-bats with the Yankees. So that's also something to consider. So Kyle Tucker, as you just see his name right below, because he had 2 hits, a home run, and that RBI, obviously, recently on the little ticker there. Look, there's a lot to like about Kyle Tucker, and I've said for a while that was going into free agency a year ago. I was like, well, next year it has to be all systems go on Kyle Tucker. Unsurprisingly, after a year, things change. So maybe the Yankees don't look at Tucker as much. Or maybe they do and decide, you know what, we expect him to play like he did with the Astros, if not better, being out in Yankee Stadium, which is favorable to left-handed hitters. And we go out there, plug Kyle Tucker in at second, give him that Aaron Judge protection, have Judge bat third. Tucker can run the bases pretty well also, so we consider that, which is a bit of just a point to hammer in on as well. The man had 25 stolen bases this year to Cody Bellinger's 13. So again, we see the 25 stolen bases. Kyle Tucker can run like the wind as well. So if you do want to go out there and spend the money on Kyle Tucker with Aaron Judge protection, I'm not going to argue it. I'm going to see the move. I'm going to be thrilled. So I do have to admit that. right here, right now, and not pretend like I don't see the vision here. So it is going to be really, really interesting to see what happens with the Yankees, and I can't wait to watch as free agency plays out. We got a bunch more great videos coming out every single day, not just on this man, though there'll probably be like 1 or 2 more on this man as well. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Thank you so much for tuning in all season long, all off season long, and everything in between. Have a wonderful night, guys. This might not be coming out at night. I'm recording this on Friday night. Yeah, I'm cool. That's what I do on Friday nights. I record Yankees Digest videos and then play Red Dead Redemption. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going out with my friends. Now that seems like a lie. I'm going, and it's not. I'm going to hang out with 2 of my friends. I have friends. I swear. There just couldn't have been a way to make you guys think that I'm more of a loser if I tried. Nah, you can say it on Friday nights, man. Come on now. It's nice. I'm not doing it. Again, I'm making myself sound worse and worse here, man. There's only one thing to do in this situation, guys.